Hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to third grade writing skills.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to see your bright, shiny faces. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Awesome. I'm doing good too. We are going to have a lot of fun today. We have 10 things we're going to go over today, 10 of mistakes to avoid as a writer. So super important stuff. It's tricks that you're going to be able to use every single day in school and then just anywhere else that you might be writing. Got a few more people rolling in. That's fantastic. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Writing Skills. We're going to have so much fun today. So I see you have got a pencil there. That is fabulous. Does everyone else have a pen or a pencil and something to write on?
My book.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I love it. Look, you guys are so prepared. This is so cool. Yes, A+ to everybody. That's so awesome. Thank you. We are going to have 10 different things, like I said, 10 different kind of mistakes to avoid while you're writing. So if you like to kind of think ahead while you're taking your notes, there's going to be 10 different points. So without further ado, let's jump into our lesson here. I'm going to pull up our whiteboard. So the first, there we go. The first mistake that we amazing writers want to avoid is this. Now we'll put it over here. Number 1. So on your paper, you can even label it. Number 1, these are going to be 10 mistakes to avoid while I'm writing. Number 1, it versus it's. Oh my goodness, this trips a lot of people up. So the first it's, the one without the apostrophe, just ITS, it's, that is, and these are maybe some big words for us, but we'll go over it, possessive pronoun. So that is saying this belongs to it. It owns something. Yes, do you have a question?
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't the I capitalized?
Not necessarily. If it's at the beginning of the sentence, then totally. But for our purposes, lowercase is totally cool. Great question. So if we are saying
Miss J.
yes.
Is it like it's his cat, like that?
Exactly. So, or the puppy plays with its bone. We're talking it belongs to somebody. So the puppy plays with its bone. Since we're talking about something belonging to someone, we're going to use ITS. No apostrophe. Can somebody else come up with a sentence? Yeah, go for it.
The car belongs to it's the old man's car. It's very broken.
Let's see. I love the use of the car. So let's say
it's a new car.
That is actually a great example of our next form of it, which is IT apostrophe S. So when you see the apostrophe, that means we've actually taken 2 different words and smushed them together. So does anyone know what its is a contraction of? What words did we smush together to make its? Yes, Henry. It is fabulous. It is. For example, I I think it's going to rain. If I was going to break that word up, it would say, I think it is going to rain.
It's a fan. Like, it is a fan. It's a fan.
I love it. It's a fan, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, it's a fan. It is a fan. So kind of a way when you're writing to think, which form of its do I need? Does it belong to somebody? Or can you break it up into two words? So in our first sentence, the puppy plays with its bone. Would it make sense if I said, the puppy plays with its bone?
No.
No, that sounds silly. So that's a really great way to tell. Just read it out loud and see, does that make sense?
Miss Jen, is the second mistake to avoid capitalization or punctuation?
What was that?
Like capitalization and punctuation. Are those ones?
We'll go over some of that pretty soon. Let's see, I'm trying to get this off of our screen. Go away. So that is our first kind of point there. Let me stop share for just a second so I can clear that. There we go. Hey, everybody who just joined us. Thanks for being here today. All right, so that is its versus its. With an apostrophe or without. We're gonna clear that. All right, here comes number two. Number two. We have there versus there versus there. 3 different types of there.
Homophones.
Homophones, absolutely. Good job. So our first there is, it's an adverb. So it's going to help us kind of describe a verb.
Like there is a dog playing with its bone over there.
I love it. There is a dog playing with its bone. And notice, what form of its did I use? It, no apostrophe, because I'm talking the bone belongs to the dog, so I don't need an apostrophe. There is a dog playing with its bone. So if you're using this kind of there, it's going to be usually talking about a place, kind of in or at the place. Put that all together. The second type of there, it's another possessive pronoun. So just like its is a possessive pronoun, meaning I can possess it, I'm talking about owning something. There is a possessive pronoun talking about just one person? Not usually. Usually when we use there, we're talking about multiple people. Like, yes, do you have an example?
Yes. They're together. They're together on a hot day.
That's actually a really fabulous example of there number 3. Right now, for possessing, we're going to use this one about owning something. So what could they own? Their bunk beds. Their bunk beds, or their bunk bed is awesome. Maybe it has a slide or something. So we're talking about something that belongs to somebody else.
Like the stinky underwear.
Yes, that is a fabulous example. Very nice. So that's the second kind of there when we're talking about someone possessing something, someone has something. And the final one is, hey, we've got that funky little apostrophe again. It's T, H-E-Y apostrophe R-E. Can someone tell me it's a contraction of what two words? We had two words and we smashed them together to make there. Yes, in the white collar shirt.
They are.
They are. Fabulous. And earlier you gave me a really nice example. They're
Together.
They're together. Where could they be? They're together at, where should they be?
School.
At school. They're together at school. That's perfect. And again, a good way to kind of check to know if you have the right kind of there, break the words apart. In our first sentence, would it make sense to say, they are is a dog playing with its bone? No, yeah, probably not. So that tells us we're not going to use the contraction form of there for when we're talking about a place in the first sentence there. So always go ahead and break up the word if it's got that apostrophe to see if it makes sense. Or in our second sentence, would it make sense to say, they are bunk bed is awesome? No, that just sounds silly. And we know it's not right because bunk bed has to belong to somebody. We need the possessive form of there. All right, awesome job. I'll let you finish jotting down your notes there, and we're gonna move on to number 3. All right.
Well, what did you write? I couldn't see the last part.
The last one, there, we're talking about the contraction. You can even make up your own sentence. You don't have to use the one I did. That was just for an example.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, yeah, come back as soon as you can. All right, number 3, we are going to be talking about your versus your. And as you can see, we're kind of establishing a little pattern. We've got one version that has an apostrophe, one version that doesn't. So for your, again, we've got a possessive pronoun. We're talking about something that belongs to you. For example, your writing is lovely. You're such a good writer. We can give someone a compliment using your. Anyone have another example for using your when we're talking about someone owning something or having something? Yeah. What do you think?
Your toy is cute.
Yeah, I love it. Your toy is cute. And we'll keep that example in mind as we go to our next form of your, which is Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. What two words did we take to make this one word? We took two and then smushed them together. Yes.
You.
You are. You've totally got it. It's a contraction of you and are. But sometimes we're a little lazy and we don't want to say all that or write all that out. So we just say your. We do the apostrophe instead. So would it make sense to say your toy is cute?
No.
No, because what we're really saying there is, your toy is cute. What? That doesn't make any sense. So this tells us, aha, we cannot use that form of your there. Let's think of a different sentence. You are, yes, what do we think?
It's not thinking, but there's a thing for the other your because it says you are. It's not you. So your is your and you are is different.
You got it. So let's think of an example. You are going to have a great day. And we know that makes sense because with the apostrophe, if we break it up, you are going to have a great day, or you're going to have a great day. So when in doubt, always break up the contraction into the two words it is made of. That'll help you kind of sound it out and be like, oh, does that sound right? And then think about it. Are you possessing the great day? No, so we don't need the possessive pronoun. Everybody got that?
Yes.
Yay, good job, guys. All right, we will go ahead and move on then to number 4. And it's gone.
Hi, what grade is this supposed to be?
This is for 3rd grade.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Miss Jasmine,
Yes.
what was after your toy is cute?
I don't remember. That's okay. You can make up your own sentence, right? So number 4, we've got me versus I. This one can also kind of trip people up a little bit. So if we're using the word me is an object, whereas I is the subject of the sentence. So in the sentence, I go to the store. Who is the subject? Who is the sentence about? Go ahead and shout it out.
Yourself.
Which word in the sentence is the subject? It's totally myself, yeah. I'm the one who's doing it. It's all about me. I go to the store. In this sentence, the object is the store, and I am the subject, which is why we wouldn't say, me go to the store. Well, now we have a sentence with 2 objects and no subject. We can't have that. So that's wrong. I go to the store. You need an awesome subject. However, yes, you have a question?
Yeah. You can't do, I heard this, but I think it's wrong. Me and I heard that before. They put those together?
Yeah, that's kind of overkill. You wouldn't need to say me and I. You can just say I. Very good. So here, in this example, they are going to send my friend and I a package. Does that sound right or wrong? Tell me.
That sounds right.
It totally sounds right, but watch this. What if we take part of the sentence away? They are going to send, let's get rid of my friend Anne. They are going to send I a package. Now does it sound right?
No.
No, it totally doesn't. So sometimes when sentences have more clauses, it kind of trips us up a little bit. But remember our rule, we already have a subject. This is the subject right here. We've got our subject. So that means we don't need another subject. Sorry, we've already got a subject. So me is going to be the appropriate choice here. The object. They're already the subject. Okay, we'll let them be the subject. That's fine. They are going to send me a package. Now I'm the object.
Like they are sending a Tinker crate to me.
Yeah, so they is the subject and you, me, the object. Great example.
Like you give me that right now.
Yes, so you is the subject, give me that, not you give I that. So again, saying it out loud can sometimes help us if we're native speakers. It's kind of a trick.
I and me, like if you were to say another sentence, you could say me and you, not I and you.
Yes, that's true. That sounds good. All right. Fabulous job, you guys. Can I go ahead and clear that?
Yes.
Sweet. We are moving right along. And we are going to go to
My origami frog.
number 5. We've got, hey, our good friend the apostrophe is going to be back. We've got whose versus whose. So again, we have the possessive form of who. So we're talking about something belonging to someone again. Whose is that? So we might say, do you know whose car that is? We're talking about belonging. We're asking who possesses something, which tells us we need the first form of whose. Can someone else think of a sentence with whose? Yes. You have one?
Yes. Do you know whose pencil that is?
I love it. Do you know whose pencil that is? Now we have the other form of whose. It's a contraction of what 2 words? Shout it out if you think you know it.
Who is?
Who is?
Who is?
Yeah, so fabulous. Again, when you see that apostrophe, ding, 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 some little light should go off in your brain and say, oh, okay, it's a word that's been smushed together. If I want to pull it apart, what 2 words am I going to make? So we have whose, and I'm going to pull it apart and say who is. Like, who's going to help me clean up this mess? So if we break it apart, who is going to help me clean up this mess? We're not talking about someone owning or possessing something, so we're going to use the apostrophe form of whose. Yes, we have a question?
I have a sentence.
Oh, yes, I'd love to hear it.
Who's going to come over to play with me?
I love it. Who's going to come over to, play with me? Who is going to come over to play with me? Awesome job. So it looks like, has everyone kind of finished taking notes? I don't want to take it away too early. all good. All right, we are going to go ahead. Maybe I'll start a new text over here. Just leave it up for another minute or so, let you finish. Number 6 is the difference between effect versus affect. Have you all seen these words before?
Yes.
Yeah? So the first one, effect, is going to be a noun. Who can tell me what a noun is? Yes, go for it.
Person, place, or thing, or an idea.
Absolutely. And in this case, it's kind of more of a thing. It's more of an idea. So perfect. An effect. It's a noun. It's produced by a cause. It's a result. So we have a cause and an effect. Yes.
Can I go get a drink of water?
Sure. So if we want to talk about cause and effect, this is the version of effect we're going to use, the one with an E. So for example, the rules are in effect as of now.
Like the shock affect the person.
So if a shark attacked a person, I think that's what you said. So
I said a
might
shock.
be an injury.
A shock affect a person. A shock.
Shock, yes. A shock could cause an effect of like, ooh, being jolted. Now, affect, if we start the word with an A instead of an E, that's going to be a verb. Who can tell me what a verb is? Yes. With the red shirt.
A verb can be an action or linking verb.
Yeah, totally. We're talking about things that you can do. It's an action, 100%.
Running. Running. Pumping. Pumping.
So this is going to be to act on, to produce a change. So effect, we're talking about the change itself. Affect, we're the ones like making the change happen. Yes.
It says the rules are in effect as of. Do I have to write anything after of?
As of, oh, can you not see it says now?
Oh.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Great question. I'm glad we clarified that. So for example, the windy weather affected my allergies. We're going to use affected because the windy weather is doing something. The windy weather is producing that result. So if you're ever thinking, effect or affect? Effect is a noun. So it is the thing that is produced, whereas affect is the thing that is doing, like a verb. Awesome job, you guys. Take another draw that down. All right, this next one, are we all ready to clear?
Yes.
Awesome. Simple. We do this mostly while we're speaking out loud, not as much maybe in our writing, but it's good to know. It's could of versus could have. And guess what? Has anyone said, well, this could have happened, or I wondered if I could have done that? It kind of just rolls off the tongue easily, and we find ourselves saying it all the time, but could have is never right. The reason we say it, could have, is that it sounds like so phonetically close to could have. Yes, it's just something we do. You have questions?
Do we have to write never write in capital?
Totally up to you. However is going to make most sense to you when you look back on your notes. That's a great question. So this one's just kind of a little oops that we do, probably not even realizing it because they sound so similar. But now that you are all super smart writers and speakers, you will know that when you're talking and you say, I wish I could have been there, not I wish I could have been there. So I wish I could have been there at the party. Can someone else think of a sentence with could have? Yes. My friend in the white collar shirt.
I could have done my work.
I could have done my work. I love it. So fabulous. All right, moving right along. So number 8. We have 2 versus 2 versus 2. So our first 2, just T-O, is a preposition. You have a question?
No.
Okay.
I just that.
So the first 2 is kind of a linking word, linking words together in our sentences. So for example, let's go to the park.
And T-O-O is like, I am.
We'll get there in just a second. Let's focus on just T-O right now.
Can I go
So
to
I am linking the idea of going to the park.
Miss J?
Yes.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes. Let's go to the park. Or what's another sentence with just the preposition to? Anybody have an idea? No, not inspiration isn't striking you.
Do we have to write a sentence? Do we have to make up a sentence, you said?
I'd love to hear one. Yeah. I don't want it to just be my ideas. I want your ideas up here too. Yes, what do we think in the beautiful pink?
I have 2 dogs.
That is going to be a great example for a little bit later on. So for now, we'll jump to the next 2. If we don't have a sentence for this one, that's okay. We can use mine. Let's go to the park. So for 2, this, it's an adverb. Should you care to know?
Like it's too hot or too cold?
And yeah, we're saying it's also.
It's too hot, but also
Much of something. Yeah. It is too hot. Or you are invited to. Yes, you have a question in the pink?
Zippy, I have the same shirt too.
Yes. You can talk about having the same shirt too. That's great. You can write down these examples, your own examples, but we want to know if it has, think about it like this. Since it's got an extra O, it's like also too, also, or too much. We're saying something is too much, is too hot, too cold. So again, think of that extra O, just makes it like too much. And finally, we've got TWO, which is just a number. So from a little earlier, I think you'd said there are 2 dogs. So it sounds just the same when we say it out loud, but the spelling is different. And that's what's going to kind of tip us off that, oh, different form of 2.
homophones.
You know it.
All these are homophones. 1 through 8 is homophone.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Except for number 4.
I have a question.
Yes.
How long until class is done?
About 10 minutes. Can you survive? Excellent. We're almost there. You guys are doing awesome. We only have two more to go.
I can survive now.
I found ink. I put something in the pen and it just made a bunch of ink.
Uh-oh. Let's be careful with that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clear this. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yay. All right. All right. We are going to go now to number 9. We're going to be talking about then versus than. So for then, this is an adverb, so kind of helping to describe a verb a little bit, and it means at that time or like soon afterward. So we're talking about time when you're using then. So I will get up, then I will go to school. All right, whoever is drawing on the board, let's stop that. So we're usually talking about sequencing. So this happened, then this happened, then this happened. 1, 2, 3 after another.
Oh, I know.
Yes, you have an example?
Yeah, doesn't it do like for, I forgot what it's called, but there has to be at least 3 things, and you do the commas.
You're talking about using
After each
commas.
one.
That's a little different. We could talk about that a different day, but you could totally use then in a sequence with commas if you're talking about the passing of time. Absolutely.
Yeah, and like it's like then is like also too.
Yeah. So with then with an A is a little different. Then is used to compare.
Miss J,
Yes.
it's kind of like it's like different. It's
So if we're talking about then, we're not talking about the passing of time. We're comparing 2 things to each other. Like, she is taller than her brother. Yes, you have a question or an example? Go for it.
I will I'd rather eat cupcakes than ice cream.
Okay, absolutely. We're comparing 2 things. I would rather eat cupcakes than ice cream. We're not talking about,
Ice cream's bitter.
Yeah.
Or we could have a whole debate. But if we wanted to use it in the word, if we wanted to use then, we might say, I will eat cupcakes, then I will eat ice cream. But in this case, I would rather eat cupcakes than ice cream. So when you're comparing two things, you're going to use then.
Better
Talking
though.
about the passage of time, you'll use then. All right, guys, just one more to go. You're doing so fabulous. Number 10, we're going to be talking about were versus where versus here. So first one, were, this is kind of the past tense of to be. We're talking about a state of being. When we were together, we were so happy. So when we were being together, we were being so happy. We're using kind of the past tense of being. You have a question?
Can I go to the restroom?
Let's hang on. We're almost done. However, that is different from where. If we add that H in there, that tells us, well, first of all, it's an adverb, and it's going to tell us in or at what place. We're talking about a location. Like, where were you yesterday? So in this sentence, we have two examples. We've got where and were. Where is the dog? When we put that H in there, you think, now we're talking about a place. And finally, oh, look, another contraction. We have we're is a contraction of what two words?
Gorgeous.
So I have we're, and if I pull it apart, what two words am I going to get?
Gorgeous.
Shout it out if you know. Who knows? It's a contraction of what two words? Yeah, shout it out.
We are.
We are. Fabulous. We are. So for example, we're going to have fun. We are going to have fun. So if you're ever not sure if you're going to use the apostrophe or not, try plugging it into a sentence like this one. When we are together, we are so happy. That doesn't sound right. We don't need a contraction. We're talking about the being, the state of being. So we're going to use no apostrophe. But down here, if we break that up, we are going to have fun. That sounds good. Can someone else think of a fabulous sentence with we're?
We are going to the park. We are going to the park.
To the park. You can write that one down or think of your own.
Oh, then we are going to the zoo. Then we are going to the zoo.
Yeah, do you have another example in the pink?
We're living together.
We are living together.
We are going to get a new car. We are
That's awesome. So you can keep practicing sentences, putting them together. So everybody, you did such a fabulous job today. We got through 10 of some of the most common writing mistakes that people make But now you're going to be like, I'm not going to fall prey to those writing mistakes. I know my grammar. I'm going to be such a rock solid writer now. And these are just kind of like the nitty gritty mechanics that all writers have to learn. That way we can get to the really fun stuff and kind of start big sentences and ideas together. But it's important to know the little basic building blocks, right? Because a strong foundation is super critical for writers. And you all are such brilliant writers already. I love it. Thank you so much for being such a great class today. I will see you again very soon.
Bye.
I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Good job.